So you probably already know that written stories are a relatively modern invention. Before that, people told stories by, well, telling them. Epics like the Iliad were initially passed down through oral tradition, only being codified into text relatively late in the process. Before that, they were told and retold and memorized and performed by storytellers. Now, this isn't surprising because writing as a rule develops after language. And even if you have a writing system, you might not want to reduce your complex multimedia performance down to a simple written telling. Words on paper are very useful, but they only become entertaining when the reader essentially imagines a performance out of the text. All in all, it's fairly reasonable to assume that a lot of old stories mostly persisted through the spoken word rather than having been written down. So let's talk about Africa for a minute. This might surprise some of you, but there are a number of epics from Africa that have persisted in oral tradition for centuries and have only been written out in the last few decades, like the epics of Sunjata and Mwindo. For the most part, they've been transcribed by enterprising anthropologists making an effort to preserve the stories in a way that feels tangible to our book-loving society. There's very little written history or literature from pre-colonial Africa, although there are a truly staggering number of stories and storytellers.